Hi everyone, it's Asia and welcome back to another video. So in this week's video, we're going to be showing the progression of our first week going barefoot for Gaio. This is something that I've kind of teetered along doing for a really long time, but he pulled his shoe 6 times in the last month. And after that, his feet were just so beat up and they honestly need some time to rehab and just have a fresh start. So we are going on our barefoot journey, and we have tried it once before with no success, but I'm hoping the tools and tricks that we kind of pick up along the way this time are going to be much more comprehensive so that we can take care of his foot more. We also kind of have the time of year working on our side, so I'm excited to see how this goes, but to be totally transparent, I don't know if it's going to be successful, but I figured I would share the journey along with it. So get ready to see our barefoot journey. So today I'm gonna go out and I decided to get him I think they're called the Scoot boots. And so I'm gonna go out to the barn today and measure his feet. So I'm gonna use a measuring tape, and they do have a chart. They have a system where you can send it in and have them measure it for you. But I feel pretty confident that I'm gonna be able to do it myself. So I'll put like the little conversions up here, and we're gonna go and see his hoof measurements and just make sure that it's the right size, because the boots are pretty expensive. I want to say they're like $200 for the set that I want to get, because I think I'm gonna get the classics. So yeah, we're gonna go and measure his feet and see how that goes. Also, let's just take a moment and appreciate my pink tool set. When I moved to my first apartment post-college, my dad got me a pink tool set, and I've used it ever since. So you can get these off Amazon if you ever need one. It's a perfect starter set. Just wanted to recommend that. If you are an OG subscriber, then you know one of my best friends, Ava, who I met through my gaming days. Well, I just wanted to say that Ava and I are still in contact, and I'm gonna make a little video on the way to voice note to her, so you'll see me doing that. Hi, beautiful. How are your feet feeling? He just got his shoes pulled yesterday. How are those feet feeling? Love you. Okay, it's day 1. Let's look at those feet. All right. Pretty happy with them, honestly. They're not the worst that they could be, but not the best. I'll kind of show a side angle too if I'm able. This is what his angles look like right now. So the goal is to kind of get those feet in a little bit of a better spot. How do you feel about that? What are you looking at? He's not really sure. Okay, and then these are the products that we're using. This is the first hoof hardener that I'm gonna put on. And then I've also got, it was in my Equine Affair vlog, but this hoof mender that we're using. And then I'm also, just to seal it all in, using this hoof sealant up. Do you want me to hoof mender on? So now we're gonna put this one on. That wasn't so bad. This stuff has such a strong scent and it smells like a bonfire, so be warned if you use it. While we wait for his feet to kind of soak all of that up before putting the sealant on, I'm gonna give him, I know, he knows. I'm gonna give him a little massage using just this rolly brush and then just this like handheld massager from Five Below. And this will just help with the body soreness and things that he's got going on like while we adjust him to his barefootness kind of in his shoulders and up in his chest and even in his hind end a little bit. So that will just help. Yep. And then last thing that we're going to use is just the hoof sealant to seal it all in now that it has kind of soaked into his foot. Yeah. Don't get it here. You want it? This is his trick. Can I have that? Oh, thanks. Oh, thanks. Thanks. Oh. Now we're gonna try and do the measurements. There's quite a few that we have to get, so this is the first one, and we'll see how it goes. That was about 5 inches. And let's see. 5.1. 5.1. That's your other one. Okay, and then to cross check, I'm actually going to measure this little hoof print that he left, but I took the measurements on his actual hoof, so we should be okay. So it's been about a week since we pulled his shoes off. I think, yeah, it was a week yesterday. So yesterday was Wednesday, today's Thursday. So it's about a week and a day. I took his measurements for the hoof boots and ordered them, and they came in today. So I'm very excited to see and kind of unbox them for all of you and kind of give first impressions. I don't know anyone who has tried these boots before, so I'm interested to see kind of how they work. I kind of chatted with my farrier and body worker and vet and barn owner. Quite literally everyone is involved in this barefoot transition because we want to make sure that it's successful for him. I'm struggling with this box right now. Okay, we had to cut for a moment because this box was way harder to open than I thought it was gonna be. Anyways, as I was saying, kind of everyone is involved in this transition. I've been chatting with my vet for getting Butte and just different things in case he does get super foot sore, which right now he's been doing pretty okay. He hasn't been lame at all. He's kind of just been a little bit bruised, and that's only really on the hard surfaces, so I'm feeling pretty confident about it. But what I was saying before was I haven't known anyone to try these boots before, so I'm interested to see kind of what they do. And as I was talking to my farrier, we decided that we're gonna keep turning him out barefoot, and then when I'm riding him, especially if I'm doing like riding work outside more on the trails or on harder ground, our arenas have really good footing, so I'm not super concerned, and I've been riding him through the week in the footing as he's been adjusting and kind of seeing how he's been doing, and he hasn't had any issues in those, so I'm honestly not too concerned about arena riding. It's more when we start hitting the trails and different things like that, since the weather is getting nicer, is why we have these scoot boots. And once the ground starts to kind of get a little bit harder, we might put these on for a couple days in turnout if he does get lame or super footsore ever during the transition, but we'll also just kind of play it by ear and see what he needs. So I did also get random, but kind of along the hoof journey, I put up on my Instagram story, which is eq.asia. You can go ahead and follow our journey on there. But I did put up a little story to see what supplements worked best for people who were going through their barefoot transition journey. And I got a lot of recommendations actually just for the Biotin 100 powder by Animed. So I'm gonna try this. I have tried a couple of the Animed products before, and I was pretty impressed with how they've worked out for him. He is on an antihistamine, I believe, believe, by Animed right now. And I've been super impressed with those like results. So we're gonna try that for him. It usually does take 6 months to a year to show like real definitive results with hoof supplements, so you do have to kind of be consistent. So I think we're gonna stick with this, and the nice thing is since it's a biotin, it will also help with his skin and coat along the way, so that's super nice. Overall, now getting into the thing that we actually got, these are the Scoop boots. So I just decided to go with the Scoop Boot Classic. There's like 2 other kinds. I think there's the therapeutic and then like the deluxe, but after I was reading, these kind of seemed like the best option for him right now in the transition. So it just helps with the natural hoof shape. Let's kind of see what is going on inside here. Oh, so they are pretty sturdy, and it's kind of some ASMR. It's kind of like a rubbery, more thicker composite than I thought it was gonna be, but this is what it looks like. Here, I'll try. Hopefully the camera is focusing. And it does have like the natural hoof shape underneath, which is what I really liked. And you can get different pads and things to go in them. Right now we're just gonna start with these and see how he does. But if I do need to get the pads or anything along the way, I will pick those up. So it also came with additional straps and like little buckles and things just in case these fall off, especially if you're going to be turning the horses outside in them. I'm sure that that is pretty frequent. The one thing I will say that I'm a little bit worried about is rubbing on his heel bulbs or just like on the back of his heel at all. So what I did actually was I purchased some, like, I think the material is like a cottony lycra sports breathable material, and I'm gonna cut off the top of the sock and then pull it up around his ankle so that that will kind of act as a breathable material but also prevent rubbing when we're riding, especially if it's going to be a longer ride. So I'll keep you guys updated on how that goes, but right now we're just gonna start with these and kind of see what happens. It's gonna be quite a process, I think, over the next few months. This will definitely be an ongoing series of kind of his barefoot journey as a whole. Hopefully we can stay on it, and if this doesn't work, try different alternatives. But I do think that staying barefoot is going to be the ultimate goal for him, because I tend to lean more on the natural horsemanship side, and I do prefer a less invasive option for shoeing, essentially, if there is one. So that's where these will be great, because it's non-invasive. But ideally I would love to keep him barefoot, and if that's possible, we'll see through this, but if not, we'll always keep options to make sure that he's comfortable. So yeah, that is the first week of our barefoot journey. I'm super excited. If you have any recommendations on products or things that helped you or your horse through a barefoot transition, would love to hear them. I'm always open to suggestions for stuff like that. And as always, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and keep following along for our journey. I'm gonna have some more in-depth videos coming up, I would say, soon, so I'm excited to continue our journey. And yeah, I will see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.